Hello, everybody.
I'm Corey.
I'm Laquita Marie.
I'm her husband.
I'm his wife.
And together we are teaching artists and co-founders of Atumpan Edutainment, where we use world music, folklore, and dance to educate audiences and to entertain audiences wherever we travel. We're here today as community partners with the Virginia Stage Company's Public Works Virginia program. And today we're going to tell you a story that's all about what happens when you are not being a good listener.
So the story that you're going to hear today is all about Ijapa the Turtle. He's not a very good listener. Now, when we're teaching classes, we try to make sure we have good listeners. We use different techniques and all of those good things. So today, we're going to share 3 techniques with you, or 3 ways to, get
to help create better listeners in the places that you find yourself, whether that's at home with your spouse. Or your significant other.
Spouse. So that means, Corey, you're going to be a better listener after this.
I'm already a great listener. What are you talking about?
Oh.
What about you?
I am a great listener, and so, I don't know, I might learn something. We'll see.
I think we all can learn something from this. So whether it's with your spouse or significant other, whether it's with your children, any relationship, these helpful hints are going to help you to create better active listeners around you.
So definitely, let's get started with the first step. What is the first step, Corey?
The first step of creating better active listeners around you is to know what you're going to say. Know exactly what you're saying. Know exactly what the message is that you're trying to convey to other people around you.
So knowing what to say is number 1.
Number 2 is knowing when to say it. Pick the right time to have that conversation or to deliver that message to the person that you're trying to talk to.
Know what to say, know when to say it. Timing is everything, especially in theater.
And number 3, you gotta know how to say it.
Oh.
That means you need to pick the right tone of voice and have the right confidence and level in your voice in order to present the information so that people will understand and hear you.
I will say I tend to be confident. How to say it? Yeah, I am the crazy director, so I'm gonna yell it out. Is that how we should say it?
Sometimes it just depends on what you're gonna do. Sometimes you gotta get the message out in a way that people can hear you, especially in a large theater. But there are other times where you just want to pull people aside one-on-one and talk to them in a more gentle tone. So you're gonna see how all that works by listening to this story of Ijapa and why turtles have a bald head to find out what happens when people around you just aren't listening.
All right, got it. So when they're listening to this story, they should listen for 3 things. What to say, when to say it, how to say it. And at the end of the story, we'll find out whether or not Corey, since he can't see, if Corey has become a better listener now that he can't see, or if he still hears things the same. What's the difference between hearing and listening anyways?
Hearing is using your ears to detect the sound that's just coming from around you. Listening is actually using your brain to take the information that you get from the sound so that you can use it and you can react or you can give the right answer.
Got it. So hearing in the story, when you're listening to the story of Ijapa, let's see if he's hearing or if he's listening to the message. Yeah, let's go for it. Enjoy the story.
You heard the rhythm of the storyteller, Lamba or Jalidan. The Jali are like griots. They're storytellers and praise singers. They tell stories and sing the praises of royalty to teach people their history and their culture, often involving their audience in a call-response audience participation exchange and using animal characters to teach good and not so good human behaviors. Like our turtle friend from Nigeria, West Africa, called Ijapa. Ijapa in the Yoruba language means turtle. And in this story, we're going to see how differences can sometimes set people apart in a not so good way. Sometimes people think differences make us better than or worse than other people, but in reality, differences just means that you're special.
You're different. Yeah, you're unique. You have something that's not the same as the other person.
So Laquita Marie, you're going to accompany me with the 6/8 gathering rhythm Aduwa as we tell the story of Ijapa and his head of hair.
I'm ready.
You see, long ago in animal land, turtles looked a lot differently than they do today because they all had a head full of hair. Especially Ijapa, who was the king of all the turtles because Ijapa had the longest, waviest hair of them all. Now, Ijapa thought that this long, wavy hair made him better than, or more important than the other animals around him. So Ijapa never took the time to listen to what other animals had to say, because all he wanted to do was look at his reflection in the pond so that he could see his long, wavy hair. So one day while Ijapa was looking at his long, wavy hair, he missed the roar of King Lion. King Lion was telling all the animals to come to his home to celebrate the end of the harvest, and that he would give a special gift to the animal that decorated their drum with the best "Tadarankonte, adonkonte, tadarankonte, adonkonte," the leaves and vines of the forest that could make the animal's drum look pretty and sound good.
Oh, like with my djembe, I have my tsinka-sinks or shaggy-shaggies to make it look good and sound good. These are tadarankonte or adonkonte.
Now, Ijapa was not listening because he was too busy looking at his
long, wavy hair.
But there was an animal that was listening. The elephant. Everyone, come to my home to get ready for King Lion's party. Bring ingredients so that we can make a pot of soup to take to the party. And while the soup cooks, we can practice our dancing, our singing, and I can decorate my drum with tadarankonte,
adonkonte,
tadarankonte,
adonkonte.
Soon the sound of the music and the smell of the food reached the ear and the nose of Ijapa the Turtle, who stopped looking at his
long, wavy hair
so that he could find out what was going on. Ijapa put on his best hat and headed towards the party. And when he got there, he jumped to conclusions, or he assumed something was happening that really wasn't. Ijapa saw the animals dancing and singing, and he said, "Hey, you know that bald-headed pachyderm's having a party and did not invite me. He's always been jealous of my long, wavy hair. I'll teach him a lesson." So while all the animals were dancing and singing and playing their drums, Ijapa went up to the soup pot and he ate and ate and ate until he heard elephant coming to stir the pot. Ijapa looked down and saw there was still stew left in the pot. And to hide what he had done, he took off the hat he was wearing. He scooped up what was left of the soup and he put it down on top of all of his
long, wavy hair.
And then Ijapa the Turtle tried to make a fast turtle getaway.
Oh, I'll give you getaway music. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, snap.
Boom, 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 boom.
Ijapa, you finally were listening for a change. You know that you were invited to Lion's party too. Bring me your drum, and I will help you decorate it with tadarankonte,
adonkonte,
tadarankonte,
adonkonte.
But Ijapa was not listening because the hot soup had started to drip out of his hat, down his neck, into his shell, and down the turtle parts that we won't talk about. Suddenly, Ijapa jumped into the air. Woo! And when he did, his hat fell off.
Aww.
Out poured the soup he was hiding, and guess what else came off of his head? His
long, wavy hair.
And Ijapa was very embarrassed because that was the day that the other animals discovered that Ijapa never had a head full of hair at all. Ijapa was wearing a wildlife weave. And Ijapa was so embarrassed that he hid in his shell and would not come out. And to this very day, the Yoruba people of Nigeria say that turtles hide in their shells not just because they're afraid of something, but because they're ashamed for the world to see their bald heads. That all turtles now have thanks to Ijapa from Nigeria, West Africa, who did not
listen
to know that he was invited to the Lion's party too to bring a drum to decorate with tadarankonte,
adonkonte.
No, a griot's story is never done without the lesson. We should always make sure that we
listen
to other people around us. We should
listen
to everyone that has something important to say. Children,
listen
to your parents. You should
listen
to your teachers. You should
listen
to other trusted adults around you because they might be telling you something important. If you're married, ladies, you should
listen
to your husbands. If you're a husband, you should
listen
to ESPN.
Wait
No.
a minute.
No, we should always make sure that we
Listen.
to each other, especially our children. Because if we don't listen to our children, then somebody else might teach them a lesson that they didn't need to learn. And most importantly, remember, don't be like Ijapa. Just because you're different, it doesn't make you better than anybody else. It doesn't make you worse than anybody else. It just makes you different.
Yeah,
And
you're
different-
just not the same.
And different means that you're special. And that was the
End of that. All right, guys, we're back. I hope you enjoyed that story of Ijapa the Turtle and why turtles now have bald heads.
You know, you probably heard from that story of Ijapa how he got into an embarrassing and troublesome situation by not being a good listener and not paying attention. So what we want to do now is we want to talk about how you as a parent or a person in a relationship with a significant other can help people around you become better listeners by doing 3 things.
All right, Corey, so what are these 3 things that will help you as a husband of mine become a better listener? Why are you laughing? It's the truth. It is the truth. Okay, let's get back to the video. I'll fix it later.
All right. Now, the first thing that you have to know is you have to know exactly what you're going to say. Choose the right words. A big pet peeve of mine is being late to whether we're going out to dinner with friends or whether we're going to do one of our performances at a school. And
so is this an example about me? I thought we were helping you to listen.
I'm helping everybody to listen.
Everybody.
And it is an example about you. Now,
Okay.
what I want to say is we are going to be extremely late. You're always making us late. Why can't you just get up and get out of the bed and leave on time so that we can get done what we need to get done?
So wait, you're saying that's what you want to say?
That's what I'm thinking in my mind, but is that going to necessarily motivate you to move any faster?
No, because I was thinking like, oh, you never say that. But okay, no. So Corey doesn't say that. Those are not the words he uses.
So instead, I formulate a better message that's more suited to Laquita's personality, which is I'm going to say, hey, honey, it's 8 o'clock. How far away is the restaurant? Or how far away?
He does not say honey.
Okay, I don't say the hey, honey. I just say, hey, Cleta, how far away is the restaurant? How far away is the school that we're performing at this morning? And that
part is true, yes.
That causes Laquita to do what Laquita does best. She looks at the phone and she looks at the calendar. She plugs into the information to GPS and says, oh, shoot, it's 20 minutes away and we got to be there in a little while. We have to hurry up and leave. And I get the results that I wanted because I got her to listen. So knowing exactly what I want to say and formulating a good message is what really helps Laquita to be a good listener in that particular instance.
Well, what about, this is true. Now, it does work on me. I don't know why, but every time I just fall for it because he does use the right word. So he does know what to say. Look at your phone, see how long it takes us to get there. And then he knows when to say it. We're already getting ready. He sees that I'm just kind of slacking or I could be moving faster. He's ready. He figures I could be ready. And then he knows when to say it, how to say it, all of those things. It does work. Good example, I have to admit. Okay, so it looks like we all can learn something here. If you're trying to get your kids to listen, because we do have 3 kids and they don't listen. They do hear us, but they don't listen. And I am guilty of not using the right words. I never know what to say. I usually just holler, hurry up, we're gonna be late. Like I am that meme of, the parent screaming. You're laughing in truth, right?
Yep. She's not lying.
Yeah, okay, yes, I have to be real here. But Corey is a wordsmith. He is really good at words. That's why you're the writer and I'm the creator. But anyways, that's not what this is about.
How are you the creator if I'm the writer?
I don't know. You know what I mean?
You're the creative one. I got you.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
I'm the writer, you're the vision. How about that? We'll say it that way.
Yeah, and not just because I can see and he can't, because it's true that Corey can't see. And to answer a question we didn't answer earlier is, dun dun dun, does Corey hear better since he cannot see?
I don't think I hear better. I think I'm just a better listener than I am because I have to rely on my sense of hearing to understand what's going on around me. I don't have that visual aspect.
True.
But before we go too far, let's go ahead and talk about the second step, which is knowing when to hear it. Now, you mentioned, knowing the exact time or the right time to tell you or ask you the question of, how far away is the location that we're going to.
Yes.
But it's not all about just, waiting for that perfect moment. It's also about knowing the person that you're talking to and knowing what they might like or might not like.
And
So-
we've known each other forever. Since high school. We've been married 20 years. And yeah, we know each other pretty well.
So, going back to my football example, Laquita should know after 20 years of marriage that it's not a good time to have a deep conversation about something that the kids need attention for, or something that's going on with our business. It's not a good time to ask me that question when I'm really engrossed into the football game that I've been watching for 3.5 hours.
I mean, I don't know anything about football, so I don't know.
If it's not a commercial, ladies, if it's not a commercial, if it's not halftime, don't talk.
Okay.
Just let it go.
So there's something to learn, everybody, or ladies, or non-football people.
Now for Laquita, one of her things is she loves to talk to her sisters and her friends on the phone. And I'm notorious for running in the kitchen while she's on the phone. Hey, I got a question. I need to get some cash real quick because I haven't had a chance to go to the ATM. And then when I get
Who does that?
I'm like, okay, I realized right away I did it again. She was in the middle of a conversation.
It was not the right
It was
time.
not the right time. So I learned to either ask, hey, is this a good time to ask you a question? Or excuse me, when you get a moment, can I ask you something?
I've noticed that you do that. Yeah, you do
Probably
actually
not as
ask.
often as I should, but I try to keep in mind that, when the timing of what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you do ask when, like, you're getting better with the timing. So good. You're like getting help. This is really helping people, guys. It's helping Corey right now. It can help you.
Has it helped you?
I think so.
Okay.
That's the right answer.
Now, the third thing, again, is how you say it. Now, in the story, King Lion is roaring. Even though he's inviting people to a party, he's roaring his message to the other animals to come to his party. The elephant is trumpeting and being loud. Sometimes that can turn people off when you don't use the right tone of voice. So what you always want to do is make sure that when you're speaking, that you always have a nice even tone or a friendly tone.
Friendly tone, not the mom tone.
Not the mom, not the dad tone, because I can be a King Lion and roar a lot too.
Yeah, what
But-
about you, Corey?
Yeah, I do. I roar a lot. And so I have to try to take in that deep breath and then actually think about what it is I want the children to hear or Laquita to hear. Think about when I'm trying to get them to hear the message, and then think about how I'm going to deliver it. Now for the young people, your parents don't like to hear this either. Mommy, can I please go to the stage? We don't want to hear that either. So if you have something that you want to say, don't whine, don't whisper, don't nervously giggle the whole time, because we're going to automatically think that something is suspicious about what you're trying to do.
Oh, yeah.
Because we have 3 girls and we know all the tricks of the trade. So again,
I'm a girl. I know the tricks of the trade.
yes, you do, and you probably taught it to our 3 girls. So so let's just recap. First we said the first thing is to know exactly what you want to say
Okay.
before you talk.
Know what to say.
Know when to say it. Pick the right time to talk to the person that you need to talk to, and then know how to say it. Know how to speak kindly and confidently to the person that you're trying to interact with, and that'll help to create a better listener in your environment around you.
Thanks, guys. We hope you like, subscribe, and share. Please share with others and let us know what you think. What did you think before Corey told you that he can hear things better now that he does not have sight? But as far as listening, did you answer that part, Corey?
Yeah, I think I listen better than I can hear. I don't think my ears got any stronger. It's just that I'm more in tune with the sounds around me, so I'm listening more by hearing and processing with my brain.
So you're actually paying attention, like actively listening, as people like to say.
What?
So yeah, tell us what you thought. Did you think that people that cannot see have a better sense of hearing, or that they use it better? Share with us.
And also, if you have any tips out there from working with people or from your family members that you've used to help them to become better listeners, share that with us as well. We love to hear from you.
All right, guys, take care from...
Deuces!
Thanks, guys, from...
Atumpan Edutainment. I'm Corey,
I'm Laquita.
and you have a great rest of your day.